Hello viewers, and welcome to a LEGO Star Wars review on my channel. I know this may seem like it's kind of coming out of nowhere because I haven't done a review in a very long time, but to explain myself a little bit, I had been going through and cleaning some of my old LEGO sets out, and I had been dusting them off, and I figured, well, there's a lot of cool old sets that I really like, so I figured I would go ahead and review them, starting with set number 4482, which is the first ATTE ever made back in 2003. So let's go ahead and start off by taking a look at the box. So when I first pulled this box out, I was a little upset because I noticed that there was a fresh tear on the bottom, and I had kept this in fairly good shape, but at the end of the day I realized that this set is almost, like 16, 17 years old now, so I really shouldn't be that disappointed because this set's probably older than half of you watching it anyways, that the cardboard gets a little beat up, but this screams nostalgia to me. I kind of remember back, my early days of when I was little going through Walmart, what these sets looked like, and the box art up until, about 10 years ago now, they sort of had this design where the box would physically open up like this, but enough of that, let's go ahead and actually take a look at the set itself. So the set itself screams definitely a lot of a classic design. Classic minifigure selection here too. I just want to go ahead and show you the minifigures you get with the set real quick. So yes, as you can see, you get 4 of the original Episode 2 Clone Trooper that was included here with the set. First came out in 2002 with the Republic gunship, which I will be reviewing later, by the way. And on the back, you can see it's pretty standard. It's no different from your 2005 Clone Trooper, except that the helmet is a little bit differently shaped and it has neck armor. So probably my favorite Clone Trooper. I actually have almost 50 of those, I think. Put in perspective, I've got a giant bag right here just full of them. Definitely my favorite clone. And what the ATTE lacks in design for its time period, I think it definitely makes up for in the ergonomics and the overall look of the set. If I were to go ahead and show you the good old instruction manual here, there's just something about this set. Let me find a good page for you to see. There's just something about it that just screams nostalgia to me. You have the classic feel of the minifigures and the whole design. It seems much more like a display set than it does a functionality set, which you can tell that the designers considered when making this, because obviously LEGO wasn't as advanced. You couldn't really make a full-on playset at this point, but these legs are non-functional. They don't move. There are a few cool features I will show you with the set, but a lot of it is pretty stationary. There's not a whole lot that you can fuss with this, but most notably on top you'll see that the top does remove to expose a full interior, and within that interior there are a few pretty neat designs, I think. We flip it up on top here, you can see that. We'll see if we can get the pretty bad lighting to focus. There is a removable pallet here that you can put the Clone Troopers on that stacks away nice and neatly on the inside. And also in the back here, if you'll notice, there is also a removable slot for a BARC speeder, so that's a pretty cool addition as well. And also kind of like a little repair shop. You can see, this does not want to focus. You can see that there's a couple tools here. Sorry for the bad view, I'll just pick the camera up, but yeah, pretty cool, rather modular design for its era that I think fits quite nicely for the functionality of the set. So on this pallet here, there are slots for the blasters as well as the figures, so you can pack really any sort of combination of the figures with the set right on into the top there, and completely concealed. Now from the front here, it does look pretty good aesthetically, I think. I like the blaster cannons, even though they do fall off quite a bit, so I have had to buy quite a few replacement parts. Now this opens up with a little pallet you can stick a clone on, which would be your pilot, or I guess as the Army would call your engineer, your driver of the vehicle. So he fits in there nice and neat, and on top, of course, you can also fit on a clone gunner to man the cannon. So now your tank is totally equipped. Alright, so the final verdict I would have to say on the set, although it does lack a lot of functionality, I think a lot of the people that would be buying this set today would be rather avid collectors, and I think it fits quite nice for that. I think it's a good looking set. I think for its time, I think it's pretty advanced. I actually prefer this to the other ATTEs because I think it just screams classic Lego. I think it really has the look of what original Star Wars sets feel like. So if you were to try to purchase this, it would run you probably about anywhere between $90 and $120. They are a little more expensive for some reason right now. It's just looking on eBay, they all seem to be around $120 for this set, but I believe I got this for $90 at free shipping, so you can find this. It's definitely doable. If you were to prefer to buy this over a new, bigger set, you could definitely do that, and if you're a collector, I would definitely recommend doing it. You get some really awesome minifigures, you get some really awesome pieces, and you get a really cool classical piece of LEGO Star Wars history. So that's all I really have for you. Just as a hint, as I mentioned, I will probably be reviewing this set next, just because it falls in line with the ATTE quite well. So yeah, that's all I really have for you today. So thank you for viewing. Stay tuned for my next review, and as always, have a nice day.